Welcome to this third episode of Shape Explorations. So this week I've had a complete departure from my usual style and I've gone for making something completely different. So I've had a request from my daughter to create a trio of animal themed bowls for her room. So she's asked me to do a cat, a dog and a bunny. So this week I decided to attempt the cat and I thought I would show you how I got on. So this is how the bowl turned out and I'm really pleased with it. I think it looks really cute and you can definitely see that it's a cat, but it's still a very functional basket. So how did I create this shape? So the first thing that I had to just decide was what shape I was going to do the main section of the basket, and what I decided to do was to go for a standard round shape, and just to make sure as I was going up that I sort of created an outward moving in the middle and then kind of slanting back up at the top, to create that suggestion of the cat's sort of cheeks here. And then at the top of the basket I needed to find a way to create some ears. So what I did is I just used the same technique that I would use for making handles, which is to do a little bit of extra stitching to secure it and to basically take the rope away, and then reintroduce it across the top. So I didn't measure, I just did it by eye as I was stitching through on the machine. So I could see as it was on the machine that there was sort of, almost a handspan's gap there, and decided that that was going to be where my face would go. So I'm really pleased with how the ears turned out. I think that to progress that design you could actually do more layers of rope over the top, so you had sort of a more filled in section, so you could start with a little bit smaller and work on top, so that you had kind of more texture in there. But to be honest, I really like the abstract look of it. I wanted to go for kind of a cat basket that was in my style rather than trying to go for sort of kind of a cutesy thing. So then the other thing that I wanted to make sure was that I had lots of texture in there. So I decided to go for working with orange to create a ginger kitty, and to kind of bring that out I just did one of my very standard techniques, which is to overstitch on lots of areas to create that texture, so almost as if the cat's got stripes. And then once I'd sort of reached the top, I sort of looked at the bowl and decided where I wanted to put the face. So there was kind of a handy little gap in this bit that was just sort of a sort of happy accident, and I decided that that was where I was going to put the details. So to create the face section of my cat, what I did is once the bowl was complete, this was just blank, and I decided to use a baker's twine, a really high quality cotton baker's twine in nice colours, to create the eyes and the nose. I think that you could really go to town on this, and I could add whiskers and a mouth and lots of extra shading and things with the sort of embroidering technique, but I like abstract things, and so for me I just wanted to create the suggestion of the cat on the bowl, and I think that I've done that quite successfully, so I'm quite pleased with how it turned out. So yeah, so that was how I did it. I am currently working on the dog, so he's not finished yet, so I'll just show you, but he's quite different to the cat, so he's not quite done. I want to add a little bit more details, but I think I'll show you that one in more detail next time. So I hope that you enjoyed this episode of Shape Explorations, a little bit different from my usual, and I'll see you next time to explore some more shape.